I think we're in business. Alrighty. Get off of the standby. Nobody's here yet, but that's all right. I got this in the mail. It's a penny. Got a buzzard on it. I'll give you something to look at in the meantime. There you go. People start filtering in, of course. It's a late night show. Oh, I've got to change a couple things. We're going to call this one Peace, Love, and Coins. And fill in the bottom stop here. All right, this is going. I got a half a message per minute, but nobody's here yet. Oh, wait, we got people. Oh, they're showing up. Look at that. SJ stopping in. Let me look and see if this is right. And get the camera to focus. It looks better before than after. What are we at? 20 frames per second. So I should be able to move my arm across the screen and see it move or something like that. Lee Hill is here. We got Crazy Matters Bailey. He's been waiting all night. I'm sorry. I was sleeping, and then I got up and made coffee. Had some coffee and went back to bed. And we got Misfit, Jonathan Raymond. Good morning to you. Where are you at, Jonathan? I probably could just check the shipping information and find out where you are. Angie's here. Rich Kelly. Nice Flying Eagle. Yeah. It always reminded me of a buzzard, though. I don't think it's the best eagle we ever had in a coin. I got that in the mail yesterday. Yeah, when I checked it just before last night's or this morning's early live stream. What a Trump commercial. Why am I watching this? Well, go with it. I'm not a big fan of Trump, but I think he was the best alternative when all you had was a rock and a hard place. Okay. Well, we leave the politics and religion and abortion discussions out of this channel, though, because that's just the fastest way to mess stuff up. Yeah, I got this thing for a pretty good price. If you go back in the, well, did that just, I gotta look at this. Maybe I'm just not flipping it right. Now it's a slightly off center. That's it. Not too bad, but slightly. No. You gotta line them up right. It's right. Put that back up here. If you go back a couple of live streams where I went through and tore up eBay, he said, "Oh, here's a Flying Eagle." So I better check on that. And I did. I got it. And the back is not the best. You got some scratches right through the middle, but the detail's okay. Well, you gotta grab it up and talk about how to collect, different ways to collect in the coin class. You know, do you build a series or do you get one of everything? Well, get one of everything because it's pretty cool. It was my commercial, says SJ. What commercial? I should do like coin commercials. You know, little 30-second clips and throw them up. See what that does. Up near Syracuse. I spent some time in Albany back after high school. I didn't really go to college. I just went to this place and partied nonstop. We did the math. Something like 15% of the time that I was at college, I was smashed out of my gourd. And we're not talking about the time getting smashed or the time being unconscious after getting smashed. This is just Ken's wasted, and that's, you know, a solid day a week easily. Of course, you break it up over 3 or 4 days. And the rest of the time, I was probably unconscious. So do we get the rock or the hard place? Yes. Bring back Reagan. Hello, checking in to the back of the classroom. Class is tomorrow morning. This is lab work right here. This is dissertation time. Syracuse is west of Albany, about I don't know, 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. I went up in 2009 to start an organic farm in Glen. It's over by Amsterdam, a little bit further west of Albany, but east of Syracuse. Great area. The soil is insane. You can grow anything you like up there. But just didn't get along with the owner of the place. So that didn't add. Let me pick this up because I can't get everything up. Yeah. So the supplies came in. We got Lincoln book number 1, number 2. That's number 2. There's a bunch of them. There's some ones in here, Where are they? There we go. We'll get Lincoln number 1. If you don't have these, let me know because I'm checking. I'm looking to expand what I'm offering instead of just coins. Well, how about something to put them in? Here we go. And I'm checking it. What's the best way to ship them? And they fit in the bubble wrappers. 2 of them. So that should work out pretty well. And the weight on that's ½ pound. It'll ship right. It'll ship well. Well, we'll play with it and see what I do to, do they want them blank? Just a blank album, blank folders, or do they want them preloaded? Well, we'll see. I guess some behind me have started to load, but well, geez, I got coins in them already, so they already, but used up some. Where are they? They're here, I swear. I don't know where they went. Yeah. But I don't like the Harris albums. I think they're just too flimsy, The back of them, it's a sheet of paper. Meanwhile, you get the Whitmans. Yeah, the backs are a little stiffer, which is good. I mean, they got a stiffer cover. And the size is about right if you stack them together. I made it the same, I don't know why. They're identical, except that these are flimsy. And they're the same price. Well, I'll get the Whitmans. They have the added advantage of being a better background when you to take pictures on. If you want to set a coin down, there you go, and take pictures. Let me move that Flying Eagle here. And it's a better looking background. Why not? I find dark backgrounds on coins when you go to sell them is more effective than the white backgrounds. But just play with it. See if you like a white sheet of paper, or blue cloth, or Corinthian leather, or a Whitman album. Another one that's real good is the back of your scale, on the top of your scale. There's your little scale. But this is a fantastic surface for putting the coins on when you take the photos. And I use that quite a lot. And you can see it's dark. It's not particularly reflective. Let me try to focus that penny in there. And if you get the light right, it makes a fine background. Kind of grainy, kind of fine. It'll work. We'll play with that. I'm always experimenting. Today I'm looking at labels. Does it make sense for me to offer these for sale? Pick up a bunch of them and then break them up in 100 or 200 or 500. But I need to move a lot of the darn things, and there's not a whole lot of money in it. So we'll look at it. If I can flip them, we'll see. But I gotta check and. Whoa, there's a spider. Jesus H. Christ. Excuse me, it's going to be a moment. I'm going to burn this place down. Oh, he's going for the fucking camera. Oh, God. Let's get him on the camera. Let's see if I can get him to the camera. Oh, this will be slick. Uh-oh. One fucked up spider right there. Get in here. He's going. Oh, we're going to get him. Oh, Jesus. I have no fingers. I think I killed him. No, I pissed him off. Okay, watch the USB camera. Almost had him. I'm not making this stuff. You can't script this stuff. There's into pennies here. Yeah. Yeah, look at bugs under the scope. I think I took one of his legs off. Can you see him? Whoa! Yeah, that's the end of that spider. Yeah, there's never a dull moment. Is there an ichthyologist in the house? There's a chicken hawk. Yeah, that spider's gone. So anyway, back to the coins. What I was going to do today is get stuff lined up to take pictures. Oh, and here's a preview, you know, what they look like when you start loading them up. These are all BU, so I'll finish those and list them somewhere. But I just cleared off the desk, and now I got more crap on it. There is no winning. I think what I need is like another desk. Every couple of days, get another table, get another desk. Yeah. Maybe we'll figure that out. I've got a new book in, Coin Clinic. I'll have to read this, and then I'll give it away in the, there you go. It's all Q&As. What's the accuracy of the scale? 0.01. And I had some rice here. I wonder if I still have a piece. It'll measure 1.5 grains of rice. There you go. And I can press the button. That'll light up. LED, great in the dark. You know, if you lose power, you can always, you know, get really close and you can kind of see stuff. That's a 200 gram capacity, 0.01. So, you know, you put your penny on there, instead of saying 3.1, it'll say 3.11 or whatever the penny happens to weigh. Let's look at this one here. There's a flying eagle, right? It's on the scale. And the scale says, oh, let me press that button here. We'll reset it here. Works great. Okay, now it's on 0. Boy, this is going to be a trick if I can make this work, huh? 0, 0, 0. If I tilt it, I don't get an accurate measurement. But we can see this is 4.32 grams. I'll tilt it and we can see the readout. See how you tilt it and it changes the angle, changes the weight. You know, keep them on a level surface. The best thing is, you know, get it flat and level and then press 0. But 4.30, what should these things weigh? Anybody know? But yeah, it's accurate. I weigh all my dope on here. Before I take it to the high schools and sell it. Yeah, and we'll put that there to stare at. I've got some more coming. I sold every one I had. And I mean, there's a stack of them up here in the back shelf, which is getting smaller and smaller. 2 of them I've got to ship up. And I think I have 1 unsold, but I'm going to stop selling those things until more come in case I'm wrong. Jonathan, you're probably getting some lag from my end as well as yours. Out here in the woods, I don't get a strong connection. My signal strength is in red and yellow. Rarely do I get into the green. LOL, he's having the time of his life until the spider showed up. I bet had huge eyes. Well, I'm not going after it. I can't see him for all the pennies on the floor there. Let me scratch that. That's good enough. Yeah, they're good. I'll pencil you in. I could check eBay, but it'll slow things down and see where my shit is. Come on. Because I got cases of them on there. It works pretty well. Hopefully the scale will be in that package. They've stuck it to me before and said it'll be another 6 weeks shipping on that item. Come on. Let's have a look here. Yeah, this is going to be forever to load. Tracking says in invest in Social Security before this package arrives. Yeah, it'll be a while. They do okay. People take them, and they're pretty darn handy if you want to, check your weight, see if it's silver. There's some silver and uncirculated quarters. 1976, I have different weights. It should be 3.5. What did I say, 3.4? Yeah, you're going to lose a little bit of weight from wear. I mean, you see how, you get some, let me pull this up, I can see it better. Yeah, as you wear, this abrasion is going to take off a layer of copper, just as it gradually wears down. Oh, I moved this earlier. So you do lose some weight. It should be 3.5. And it says, come on. It says 4.3. I've gained a gram. Well, no matter. It's probably fake. All my stuff is junk. I swear. But you can test stuff, Is it really a 1 ounce silver or copper round? And I got some more of these in. I couldn't believe how fast those copper rounds went. I mean, they went. Gone. 80 of them in a day. There we go. They come in beautiful. Well, I guess I moved 70 of them and I held a few back. But there's one of those copper rounds. It's 1 ounces. And they're beautiful, right? So I've got the gloves on because I don't want to get them fingered up. And 28.74. That's, an ounce. So we'll take that. I get a fellow who wanted some for Christmas. Yeah, we'll get some more. Those, but I'll take pictures, get them lined up, and put them out the door. The flips came in, finally. Oh, God, the flips came in, right? Geez, I needed these. Spent half the afternoon packing these up. Count them to 50. And you got to count them with gloves on because, they're brand new flips. You don't want to get fingerprints on the gloves or fingerprints on the flips. So I pack them up. I cut up strips of paper on the paper cutter over there. So I can wrap them up, just like you do, a stack of dollar bills. And add a piece of tape. I count them to 50. I'm good. So those are handy. And I'll probably set these up so that I can, people want them, they can just add however many for 10 cents a piece. But at 100, it's $8. And those are pretty handy, but geez, I needed those. I've been using these, and they're handy up to a point, but I got, 50 of the darn things. Keeping them straight is impossible. Somebody said, I'd like to see your 1922 Ds. Well, I got one here, I got one in there, I got one there, I got one there. To take pictures of these it takes forever. I scatter books from here to there. So I'm going to take them out, put them in the flips so I can better organize these. It was handy in its day, but I'm at a point where I'm moving more stuff that makes these practical. And I'll empty them, get them set up. I can take pictures easier, find it easily, just sell those off. I have several hundred I can't sell. Paper penny wrappers? The round ones or the flat ones? Oh, 066, that's about right. Where's mine? There we go. I get these on eBay. They're your basic, flat penny wrappers. 1,000 coin wrappers. Comes in a box about that big. It's loaded with penny wrappers. So when I, roll up my jar of rejects, I sit here, right here, watch a movie, roll them up. We had that hurricane last month, Irma, come through, and I lost power for a day. So I wrapped $140 worth of pennies. Give me something to do. I got a propane lamp and propane stove. Well, everything. I got a wood stove, got a gas grill. I can make coffee, by God. You can't sell those? Well, try smaller numbers. Try different things. I mean, if you can't sell, a box of these for $6 because it'll cost you that much. Plus, you got to get shipping. Try different ways. If you're already selling coins, throw some of those in. Let them try it out. Give them some freebies, and maybe they'll come back and get some more. Just brought the new copper rounds off the Black Horse of Famine. Oh, is that the ones you can't sell? I thought it was the penny wrappers. Well, these are neat. Where'd they go? I'd like to look at these. And people seem to like them. They're probably still making them out of old plumbing parts. Let's move that aside. And it's the Walking Liberty. But the price was right. I put them up for $2. Put them in a flip. They fit. Ding, ding. So you don't get your fingers all over them. You'll stuff them right in there. Fold it over. And that'll stay pretty for a while. And you gotta, can't knock it. Solid piece of copper. Why not? We'll see. If I had a coin business, I would give these away to people at Christmas. Put a little insert in there with your business card, phone number. Flat. I thought it was a good deal. I go through tons of pennies. Yeah. I pay $6 or so for a penny. I got quarters, nickels, dimes, all the flat wrappers over there. This is the back side of that copper round. And I'm going to take some photos and get them listed up again. 1 ounce of copper. 0.999. There it is. You can't beat that with a stick. Oh, I got boxes. 2 by 2 by 9. Isn't that beautiful? So you got a top and a bottom. Because if you're going to get some flips, you're going to need something to put it in. See, one idea that I've been working on is I hate shipping. I hate the shipping costs. Yeah, it's a necessary evil because I'm in Florida and you're in Texas or Oklahoma or Seattle or wherever. They're getting your shipping costs down to minimal levels. It should be no more than 10% shipping is what I try to do. Sometimes I go over, good price. You can go a little higher. But for supplies, shipping is the kicker. It's going to make or break a deal. I mean, I do 100 flips. It costs me $3 to ship them. All right, I add $3 to the cost of the flips. But if I can get this in the package here, if I can move more product at a time, say in one of these, it might cost twice as much, but I get 3 times as many. I get 3 boxes in that, right? You get 3 times as much. It's a better deal for shipping. Well, these will fit in a medium flat rate box. I get 6 of them in there. 6 of them, imagine that. Except you can do more if you fill these with the flips first. So you get 6 boxes, 600 flips. Let's see if we can see that one. And that would make sense. But check this out, it gets better. You can put 2 stacks of flips and you still got space left up here for, coins, if you're already getting coins. But you can put a loop in there. Maybe. Well, it worked before, I swear it. I must have stuck it in the top of the box. Yeah, it fits in the top of the box. Well, we'll look at it and see if we can make that work. Okay, there's room for coins. But maybe not the loop. Unless I leave it upward. So, anyway, I want to put together these, the package. Minimum shipping, maximum cargo. Fill these boxes up with flips or whatever it is that you need. I'm going to get away from the cardboard flips. Just if I'm selling them, let's face it, these things aren't always scored right. And if they don't fold exactly, the coin isn't going to fit. That doesn't work for me. Besides, they're single use and these are better. That's the direction I'm going to go. But we could fit 6 of these boxes with 600 flips, which is a lot. It'll still work. A couple of albums or folders, right? If not those, some pocket pages. Where are they? There you go. Some of these pocket pages that hold flips or, cardboard or plastic. And fill that box. Because a full box, you get your money's worth for the shipping. You buy through Coin Express. Oh, you can get from one single location, so you get your shipping down. You can buy, several locations, so you can get the best price. But then you pay more for shipping. Depends on how much volume you're really going through. Just keep hunting around. But these would work. I take these. I cut them up when I ship coins out. Right? I'm sure I got a piece here, just a scrap. Well, no matter. I mean, somebody orders, 15 coins. How do you package them? I stick them in here, so they're not going anywhere. And I can fold it if need be. Stick it in an envelope, and send it out. And those are really work. They're not too expensive. Somebody can get it's a free page. It works. They get a little bonus for ordering from me. But these boxes they're great boxes. Where is it? Which one do you like better? This one is $2. This one's free. It's a post office box. They do the job, but these are handy. They got covers. And for $2, why not? I mean, if you're going to a coin show and you're going to carry your stock in these, it looks a whole lot more professional than the priority mailboxes that are chalked up. Depends on your, what do you like? That's the way I'm going to go. And we'll see if we can get that as like a sideline product. How many 2x2 boxes have you filled today? A lot. Let's see. With what's over there, I'd say probably about 50. Then I got, boxes, binders, tubes, the albums. Every one of those will fill 2 or 3 of these boxes. There's a lot of coins here. I'm not even counting what's in Ziploc bags waiting to be gone through or already gone through and sorted. There's a lot of coins here. So I've stopped. Okay, I've kind of stopped. I had to buy this. Yeah, it was a good price. So I didn't have a decent Flying Eagle. I better get one of those. But I've stopped buying coins for a little while because I got to straighten up this place. If I'm going to do this as a full-time income type deal, I got to straighten out. I like the professional-looking ones. They're nice. They're not going to last forever. Oh, also, see, if I did them in the, in a bubble mailer, I'd have to cover them with cardboard, top and bottom, so they can take a good impact, especially at the corners. But if I do them in a small flat rate box or a medium flat rate box, there'd be a whole lot more protection. So there'd be the way to ship those. For flips, I can stick them in the bubble mailers. That'll work great. 2x2 boxes, LOL. I have the Intercept dual row. Oh yeah, those are slick. They're like twice as wide, and they got the covers, so they'll be similar to this. Those are handy. They got them for mint sets and proof sets. Those are like $6 a piece. Can you believe that? Oh, where's my thing? I got some more things. See, then you got to organize your boxes. So I got this guy up at the dollar store. There's more than $1. I don't understand why, but I got a solid lid. I got the little clips on the side so you can hold the lid in place. But then you got coins inside. Like this. Look, a box. Then I need tabs, right, to separate stuff so I can find the wheat pennies or the Canadian cents or whatever it is, you got in there. So I just cut these cardboard, they're just cardstock, and then go right in. But I'm thinking, It's handy for me. Maybe somebody else thinks it's handy. You know, this one is just proof cents. I gotta get rid of these. I got too much stuff here. You know, here's what do we got here? Proof quarters. 2 of them. What am I doing with so many quarters? So would this be a marketable product? Is it worth pursuing? I mean, it'd be easy enough. You could just print it off here and cut them on the paper cutter. Or do I take the next step up and actually have them printed at the printers? Let's see. Oh, what I'd like to do, another one. You got the, let's see, where is it? You got the pennies. Now in the cardboard, I used to take these stickers. There's a pack of them right here. You get them up at the, the Sticker Depot store. And if you can see those are 1/2 inch by 3/8 or something like that. And you put the date, you put the grade, you can put the price, and it does the job. And it's more professional. I've had these come through stamped. Other people have had these, printed up. Maybe they do it at home. But how would you do that? How would you set up some pre-printed stickers for date and grade? Because you get the coins in, you don't want somebody else's handwriting all over them. That's awful. Well, you suppose I can live with it. Rich Kelly has 500 pounds of bankroll pennies, 1944 to 1979. Calculator says 500 pounds and 160, 80,000 pennies and 1,600 rolls of pennies, Rich. That's a lot of pennies. What do I do with the pennies? Alrighty. There we go. I started accumulating pennies, so I found a box to put them in. Pretty simple. It came in rolls of boxes. So I take the little stickers, write down the date, what else I need. This is 1957 BU. All right. This one's what's that one? 1955S. There's I can't read that. 1976D. All right. So I'll take these and I'm transferring them into these folders back here. So populate those. And those work. I mean, they're made for rolls, but sometimes they have holes all through them. I've got several more boxes on the other table. What do you do with all this stuff? Good Lord. Get this up out of the way. So then you got shelving. So I got some shelves over on the other side. I got a bin underneath this table. It's got a bucket just for scrappy wheat. The table in the other room, I mean, it's just covered with stuff, really. I got these shoe boxes for coins that I've sorted. Pick through them and sort them by decade. Then I sort the decades into years. And when I get the time or the gumption, I'll go through and search a year, like we did last night with the 1946s, 1947s. So I got some shelves over here that are stacked up with shoe boxes that says 1980s, 1970s, 1960s, and that's all well and good. But this is just the pennies. There's nickels, dimes, quarters, halves. There's everything out there. Geez, I got a roll of 2 cents over here. Yeah, you can build up some space for sure. Well, I got a couple spare rooms still to work with. I'm only using 2 rooms, and I have 2 empty rooms left. Except one's got a smelly old mattress in it. So then you get the supplies. You got to have the the envelopes. I got a big case of them over here. These are wicked nice, but they take up a lot of room. Gloves. What are these? What are these? Oh, that's pennies. There's gloves. Well, they're soft and lightweight. Stick them in a bag. Loops. I got a box of them over here. Scales are easy. I keep that up on a shelf so I can knock them over. But I've only got a few of those on hand. I don't need a bunch of them around. So storage solutions often need some answers. I added a shelf to the back wall here, and that's doing its job pretty good. But I got to get away from these albums. They're just not working. If I'm turning as much volume as I am, uh, I need individual coins at the ready, sorted out by year, so I can grab, just the 24Ds, take a bunch of photos, and go from there. So there's a method to the madness. Uh, I was involved in construction for a number of years and got away from coins for, a long time. I dabbled here and there. I went to a couple of shows over the years and sold some stuff and bought some stuff, and that works. Yeah, it keeps you busy, that's for sure. I do spend all day doing this, but I'm making enough that I don't have to work for the man again. That's real good. Cheryl and I have this. It's just a friendly challenge going on the week. How much can we make in a week? And tell people maybe we can inspire them to improve themselves by trading in coins, taking that next step beyond the hobby into just picking up some extra cash, and it works pretty good. I did over 600 in sales this week. That's pretty good. About half of that is net. Now, some of the supplies, and I didn't sell many of those really. It's a lot lower net. Scales aren't that great. I make about $1.25 on the scales, and I got some loops at a really good price. And flips, you just flip. It just depends on how much volume. But I only sold 4 this week because I dumped coffee all over the rest of the damn things. Oh man, I need like a shelf just for coffee. You know what I mean? I'm going to read through this here. Rich Calley has been collecting bankroll pennies since a boy. In the 60s, Mom was a banker and got me started. Well, God love her. I got involved in the late 70s. My great-grandmother, because she plays bingo, and she plays bingo, she got a tin full of pennies. They call B9, and they put a penny down on the B on number 9. She had a tin of them, and she'd play a couple of dozen cards there, and she'd give me a couple of cards just so I could play. And I got nothing to do because, I'm 10 years old. I'm in a room, it's a sea of gray people, right? Just a sea of blue hair. And I'm looking at the pennies. He says, 019. I look at it and put on 019 and read my comic book. He says, N67. I look at it, and this one's got a date 1967, so I put that on N67. He says, what's the next one? He says, G42, whatever the hell. And I pull out a penny, it's got an Indian on it. What the hell is this? Except I didn't swear as much back then. I've learned a lot since then, and really, you need to incorporate swearing in your diet. So I grabbed another penny and put that on G67 and said, "What's this?" Oh, that's what pennies used to look like when I was your age. Well, this is a 1906 penny. She was born in 1896, and I was 10. So when she was 10, that's what they looked like. Sure enough. Well, she said, "You just hold on to that. It might be worth something," because that's the way old ladies talk. Yeah, that's a good week in sales. I've done a whole lot better than that. This is actually kind of a slow week, but it's a good enough number to tell people and get them motivated. Yeah, I've broken 4 digits many weeks in a row. It pays the bills. So anyway, I went through the rest of the pennies. I found some old Wheaties. Found another Indian head from 1882. It was almost down to planchet. Nowadays, you could say, "Oh, it's AG." Great. It's just, worn out, but no damage to it. Fast forward a couple of years, around 1980, I'm starting to, work, do some odd jobs, shovel snow, rake leaves, and I, picked up some pennies here and there. Nothing too much, wheats. And I learned the trick that you can go down to the bank and get rolls of pennies. And now this is 1980, 21 years since they came over from the wheat to the memorial cents. There's wheats all through the coin rolls, and I want to put together, a complete set of wheats because my other grandmother got me one of these for my birthday, and I want to fill this thing up, right? I go down to the bank. I got, $5 in my hand because I just, raked a whole lawn, And this is good money back then. And I sit there on the curb, we were opening up these rolls, picking out the weeds. Pick some out, and then I roll the rest up, and I take it to the bank across the street, because there's 32 banks downtown. I said, can I get some nickels? Oh, sure. And I picked through those on their curb. And I find a couple of 1938s. They were everywhere back then. I mean, they were 40 years old. It's like going back right now to what, I don't know, 1987? 90. Okay, 1970. So you get those all through your nickel rolls. Well, back then, 1940 was 40 years old. And I load up another one of these. I think it was $2 back then, maybe $1.49. And so I'm going through nickel rolls. I pull out some silver here and there. Later on, I got a paper route, and this one lady, every single week, she'd leave an envelope in the door. I'd pull it out, open it up, and look. There's $1. It was only 75 cents, but she gave me a quarter tip, and it should be 2 40% halves in there. Every single week for 4 years. Life was good. I sold those off. Bought a telescope. I was a nerd back then. I'm still kind of nerdy. But that's how I started, coin roll hunting. And I'd go down, and you get a box of pennies was $10 back then. Everything was cheaper back then. Because it was a smaller box, and that worked out because I had a backpack and a bike, and it was way uphill getting home. It was way uphill getting downtown too, but that's just the way the traffic went. But I could fill up my album. I got more weeds, and they started building up and stuff. Another 10 years, I started selling the darn things here and there. I got all these steel cents. I go down to the coin show. Hey, you want to buy these? Oh yeah, and I pulled them out of circulation. But the one guy was taking every steel cent he could because he'd send them off to be replated. Well, that's what they did. It seemed like a good idea. You end up with new looking things, but they're processed. But I sold them, and what the hell, they were rusted anyway. And I started selling other coins, and buy them over here and sell them over there. But life gets in the way. You go off to college, you go find a job, you do different things. Got involved in some real estate. Got involved in a cleaning company, windows and carpets. And that was a lot of fun, but wasn't a whole lot of money in it, but it paid the bills. What the heck? I got into the industrial contracting. The money was really good there. And I kind of got away from coins for a while, but I got back in a couple of years ago because my back is so shot out. I'm not climbing up these ladders or, going inside these boilers anymore. And it's enough that I'm making a good living. I can tell you that. My bills are about a third of what I bring in selling these coins. So I'm able to grow my offerings, my diversity of product. Instead of just coins, I could do coins and equipment. And now I'm starting to do some supplies and some other things. But these are, let's try getting these out in front of people so they can get their collections going. So I'll talk about that tomorrow during coin class. Different ways to collect. Do you go after like the buzzard over there and get one of everything, which is a great way to do it. Ray Hepburn had a video where he had just about every copper coin for the 20th century in there, and that was a neat, real nice little collection there. Or do you go after an entire series where you get every date? And Lincolns work great because you can pull those out of circulated rolls. And a lot of times, you go through 10 boxes, you're going to get better ones on all these dates. So that's what's in store. And then we'll talk about grading. I did that late at night, but there's a lot of primetime people this Saturday afternoon who could use some tips on grading coins. Misfit has had $12,160 in sales since January. Outstanding. Man, I hope you do twice that this year. You can pick up a decent income. If all you did was just put it towards a mortgage, it would probably pay your mortgage if you get it up. My mortgage is pretty low, so it covered that, and now it's paid off, so I can do this full time. It's working pretty well. Misfit, I do. Do it all myself. I've been doing it steady since 5 a.m. yesterday. I plan to get my orders out by noon. I packed up 17 packages yesterday. Monday was 21. Jeez, they kicked my butt some days. I did $100,000 per year on eBay for many years, but sold junk silver lots. Very impressive. You might have. Me, I deal with mostly copper. Oh yes, coffee. Get your coffee, people. Hmm. But I did a poll a couple of years ago about how much will it take to improve your situation. You know, how much additional income is going to take uh, to make your life better, measurably, noticeably. And you get the people to say, "Oh, $50,000 a month." No, that's not the answer. You know, we're not changing your life, just improving it. Uh, and about $50 a week is enough for a lot of people to make an improvement in their lifestyle. Maybe it's their cell phones paid, their light bills paid, they're eating better, whatever it is. It's an improvement. $100,000 a year, that'd be nice, but what's it take to make it better? And you can do $50 on a weekend. Just a couple hours in a weekend. You list some coins, you offer them up, see who bites. You'll sell some stuff, and well, you go from there. But I could flush the full-time job doing this, so I'm all over that. My lots were near uncirculated or BU, and I sold them for a touch over spot. Outstanding. I hope you keep doing that. Speaking of coffee, there it is. What's this up here? I got a red flag up here. I'm going to check that real quick. And it's not loading. Well, I'm not going to wait for it to load. I have a new subscriber, Cryogen. I hope you're here. Good to see you around. Did not sell by the bomb. Back in 82, the coin shop downtown would give you $9 for $1 face value. And I went in there with, some dimes and a couple of quarters and a bunch of half dollars. Made a killing. It was wonderful. He gave me like $90. More money I ever heard of. But I mean, a hobby is a great way to pick up an additional income, just a side income. You're not going to make a fortune if you don't give it what you got, but you can pick up enough to make your life better. If nothing else, uh, you sell the stuff you're not interested in, and you buy the stuff you are interested in, and let the hobby take care of itself that way. I know a guy who doesn't make any money, but he's going to sell 10 coins and he's going to buy 2 more. They're going to be really nice, and he's got a complete set of whatever he's got. I think it's Wonkers he's working on this time. I have a cheap 1-room apartment. I've got a 40-year-old trailer. It's been added onto, so it's like a size of a double wide. In Florida, it gets hot in the summer, cold in the winter, and when hurricanes come, I run for my life. But it's inexpensive. I got 4 acres out here, plenty of room. Anybody's coming up the driveway, I get time to clean the gun before I start shooting. Uh, it's handy. Most everything works. There's a light on the porch that needs to be hit with a hammer, but it's affordable. It's comfortable. I mean, there's a spider on occasion. Okay, I'm working on that. Probably will seal the whole place in plastic at some point. Yeah, he's not moving. Good thing. But you get in a situation where all your bills are paid, and well, you can pretty much take control of your life after that. And that's where I'm at. I'm at the stage of my life I don't have to work full time. I'll do what it is I like to do. In this case, it's playing with coins. Maybe next month it'll be gardening. I dabbled in the organic gardening before, and that's a lot of fun. But my back says no, don't do any more digging. So I'll try something different. But the coins work. There's no heavy lifting. There's always something to do. Always. I mean, I can get on and talk about coins and never, ever run out of stuff to talk about. What are we going to talk about next week? Because we're going to talk about 20 things in between and never talk about the same thing twice. $250 a pound for junk silver. Is that about right? I'm going to have to stop and do the math, and I'm not going to stop. Cheap one-room apartments, they're not too bad. You know, you can do a lot. Coins take up this much space. I mean, that's it. There's a 4-foot table behind you. I got a 5-foot desk here. There's a 6-foot shelf, a couple of tubs, a little cabinet here, a box with boxes in it. Over the other side, I got some shelves. There's a drawer. You look at the rest of the thing. A table, and I need to put the leaf in the table because I need more table. And then I've got 6 chairs covered with stuff. There's no end to it. Okay, and then some boxes in the corner, and then we have the shelves on this side. Where I keep like my mixer. The kitchen mixer, and some glasses. I could take those down. And there's a big iron kettle on there, and then I got all these. I got 3 stacks of the plastic shoe boxes. Oh, and then there's this stuff over here where I keep the proof sets, and the wrappers, and then the big envelopes, shipping labels. Okay, yeah, maybe a 1-room apartment is a little small, but that's all right. You don't need a whole lot of space. Gardening is fun. I took down my blog about gardening because nothing been happening with it for 2 years. I used to have a trailer in Titusville. Yeah, that's right up close to the ocean. I get out of there. Yeah, if you're gonna be in Florida, go a little bit inland at least. Let the storms die out before they get to you. So what I was gonna do tonight was, do the Q&A thing and start taking this stuff apart because I got some of these albums already sold and I want to get them emptied out. Deciding which one to take apart, that's the trick. And now I've got number 6. Where's that? Where is that? Huh. 5. Maybe it's 5. See, I got pants on. There we go. Is that the one? Yep, that's the one. So I started to empty this because the fella says, "Oh, can I get one of those albums?" And I gave him a price. He says, "Oh yeah." So I gotta find a place to put these. Now I've already moved out some of the keys, but once I get to about 1952, they start getting real shiny. So I'll have to get some BU wheats up there listed. Oh, apparently I've already opened some up. But I ran out of flips, so how am I going to enter this unless I just throw them on the table? Now I get flips. Okay, now I'm going to take a moment and run into the bathroom there. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Here's something neat to look at. It's a penny. Been looking at buzzard all day. It's a 1949. Yeah, but it's a change of scenery. I'll be right back. Yep. So I figured I'd take this album apart, talk about it, pack it away. I got boxes, I got flips, I got pennies, and this will be ready to go out because the guy's already paid for the darn thing. Cape Canaveral. You ever see the shuttles go off? I've always wanted to get down there, but I always had something else to do. Now they got no shuttles. What do I do? I'm so out of luck. Ready. And we don't have a whole lot of super fine coins left in here, but there's some decent ones. A lot of people would be proud to have these in their collection. Yeah. And there's your slides. Let me slide right in. Where's everybody else from? I think Misfit's the only one who's talking right now. Rich, where are you from? I'm in the northern part of Florida, just about 30 miles from Georgia. I'm as far inland as you can get and still be in Florida. What is your best seller, or is it all different? I sell wheats primarily. I dabble in just about everything. I have good luck with BU wheats in particular. People they want the shiners, and I've got a lot of shiners. But for the most part, BU wheats, all years, all dates, all grades. People give me a list. I said, this is what I want. And I go through and say, this is what I can do. So if you got a list of wheats that you want, let me know. And we'll try to work out a package. But proof singles work pretty well. The scales, I put up, a dozen a month. They all go. The loops are a staple. I put those at a low price so people can get a decent loop at a fair price. Quick, instead of waiting a month and a half for the darn things to arrive. You got it right now. And some other things I come across every now and then are really neat. Silver, I got one guy who takes every bit of silver that I have. Comes down every couple of months. So, I scope out eBay, I find some stuff. That's a good price. I'll take that. This is okay. Sometimes I get a really good steal. And he's going to show up and take every single thing I have at full retail. No problem at all. I got another guy. He just wants to leave stuff behind for his kids. So he takes, he looks for good looking coins, $25 to $50 range, good quality. So I don't give him anything less than XF and Walkers and Franklins, lots of half dollars, some better date wheats. That's okay. Plenty of Buffaloes. Got a couple of dimes in it over his way, but he kind of likes those silver premier sets. Can't say I blame him. They look great. I've got one for him right now, as a matter of fact. Except this one. Oh, he does have a box. Have you guys seen these premier sets? I'll get over there and ship this off. They look like that. And of course, you want to get all the lint off of those. That's your fancy box. You got the C of A. It says, this is what it is. That's what it says. I auction off lots of 3. Liberty nickels? So that's your premier silver set. They get the fancy box. It flips up. You can do the, what was that one movie, Pretty Woman? You look at them, jam it down on their fingers. So that'll go. I mean, I'll make $5 on this. That's all well and good, but he wants them all, so I'll keep making them. I got a couple of 31S's. They're back here somewhere. Don't ask me exactly where. The 31S's, I put those up to auction. I usually do quite well with them. Trying to find inexpensive 31S's is the trick. Everybody wants them, but they don't want to pay. That's all right. You don't get them is all. 93 to 99. I came down from Maine in 99. Must have just missed you. Yeah, I came down because the snow shoveling was so much easier. Liberty nickels. Yeah, I sold some Liberty nickels. They're pretty good. A lot of people don't have them. I find just fillers, $1, $2. Just one to give them, towards their, here's some more, towards their typeset. I never found those Liberty nickels to be anything really to look at. I think the back is a better design than the front. Truth, in all honesty, I think the front of the Liberty nickel looks like my brother's second grade teacher, Mrs. Norris. True story. I kid you not. Spitting image of Mrs. Norris. There we go. Let me take these out. Need those in there. I need the box. I'll put the pennies in the box. And I need something to keep these from falling over. So I've got a bunch of copper rounds I'll put in there. The back of the V nickel's not too bad. You know, I'll take all I can get. You need a 31S V nickel or Lincoln? I got a 31S Buffalo the other day. Yeah, I'm supposed to not buy any, but it seemed like a good idea. What can I do? I can't help myself. I promise I'm going to stop buying coins. And then, you know, I turn on eBay and say, I got to have that. I got it. Look at that. They're giving it away. Man, if you scour eBay, you can find some darn good deals. I mean, darn good. There's some junky deals. And I've sent back a couple of items. Let's see. Maybe 3? Yeah, that's probably about right. Maybe 3 items in the past 3 years have gone back to eBay. I've overspent a couple of times. Well, that's going to happen. I get going on these jobs, you know, we're out of town working on a paper mill or something. And stuff comes in, or I order it because there's nothing to do, you know, middle of the night in a hotel room. And you get home, you look at it, and it's junk, but you know, it's too late to send it back because you've been working for a month. You come back, and there it is. It's been on your doorstep for a couple of weeks. Well, that's not too bad. Yes, they do look great in the picture. I like them shiny ones. But I can't help look at them and not think of Mrs. Norris. And she was a good teacher, you know. She had blue hair, like this coat, like blue. My grandmother's hair wasn't that blue. That was the bluest blue hair I've ever seen. That was what, 1974, 73, 72, 1974, second grade. That's back in an innocent time. Kennedy, no, Nixon was still president there. Well, so much for that innocent time. Cryogen made it. Glad to see you. I see you subscribed. Thank you very much. We hope to see you around here more often. I've got nothing to do late at night except play with pennies. And there's nobody live streaming. So why not practice my live streaming? Give people something to watch on TV here. Instead of reruns of Dukes of Hazzard. And yeah, we just talk about coins all night. It's a no structure here. Not a planned chat. I'm not what you call broadcaster. I just talk about coins. You got questions? Well, if I don't have an answer, some of these folks in chat probably will. Because that's what we do. We take the hobby to the next level and, you know, form a community. Talking all coins. So where you from? What do you do? What's your story? Tell us about yourself. We'll go from there. What I'm doing right now is emptying some albums, putting them into flips, because somebody wants the album, and they don't want to pay, you know, $1,000 for all the coins in them. The album don't work for me, so I'll let them have it. That'll work. Rich says, for eBay, I would shop newest listed, buy it now. Okay. From people who need to sell it right away and got great coins for dirt cheap. I can see that. Yeah. My strategy is hunt the scraps left over. You know, it's been listed for 4 or 5 days. Nobody's seen it. Nobody's bid on it. Because I want to bid at the last moment anyway. So I look for sellers that, you know, they don't have a lot of stuff listed. so they're not getting attention from cross listings. They don't have stores, so eBay's not promoting their stuff. Nobody's they don't have many subscribers or followers, so their coins are there, but they're not getting bids because nobody knows. Nobody's going to see them. It's about to end, and I get a lot of good deals that way. I've only been stung a couple of times, and for what I've spent on eBay, it's really insignificant. But there's all kinds of different ways to go around eBay. I've done a couple of streams where I picked apart eBay, and I want to do that again. But looking at stuff, 12 hours in the future, at least. Because the last one, it took so darn long to upload the video. All the stuff I was talking about had already expired by the time that video looked. It took 6 hours to load up that video. It's a 1-hour video. Well, that's what you get out here in the woods. I'll work on it. Maybe one day we'll come into the next century and we'll have the wheel and the internet. Maybe fire. There we go. Cryo is in the UK. You get those pennies with a girl on it? Let me see if I can find one of those. Is this the right box? Maybe. Maybe that side of it. Oh, here we go. Yep. There it is. This is the penny with a girl on it. All right, now you see why I don't like the cardboard? Let's take that out. Ta-da! And we'll stick that under here. That's Vicky. That's old Vicky. But here you got this girl, and this poor girl has been in a wheelchair for 200 years. That's in 1899. They got these farthings. The best we ever had in the United States was half pennies, half cent. These guys got fourth of a pennies. What would a farthing buy back in the day? I picked 800 V-knuckles for $311. That's a fairly good price. Wow. Wow, that is a fair. I usually get, at least $1 on a V-nickel. At least, and they're not that great. I get a scratch on them. There are strategies you can buy coins at good prices, and just keep employing that strategy, working it, improving it. You'll find better deals. I upload 4K videos. They have great upload. It takes me a week to upload stuff. Good Lord. But it's out here in the woods and I like it. Nobody bothers me. My brother doesn't come around, borrow my tools. Well, he does. Still doesn't bring them back, but he comes over less to borrow the tools because it's a drive for him. Hey, can I borrow your saw? No, you're not asking to borrow my saw. You're going to say if you can have my saw and then, sell it to a buddy of yours. Yeah, because I'll never see it again. And every now and then he buys me a power tool. Boy, I love it. I love finding good stuff at good prices on eBay. Man, I found some good stuff. Found some junk, but I found some good stuff. I got a bag of wheats for $150 shipped one day. They came in, and this is a guy, he'd had them for a long time. They didn't smell like a basement, but they weren't picked over. Just some stuff he found somewhere. I got a lot of stuff out of there. That was a good bag. And so far, he hasn't had any more. Yeah. Now, what kind of margin are you guys getting? I clear about 45 to 50% of my sales is clear, which is working pretty good. I'm kind of curious. That's a pretty darn. That's a nice margin. It takes a lot of work to find the deals, but they're out there. Got these Canadian pennies for a song. And we're talking 75% net on those. I got them for about a fifth of retail is what I picked them up for. And they're great shape. It's a full set. It's actually more back here in there. And that's the one with the really smelly album. But the pennies are beautiful. There's nothing wrong with the cents. There we go. And I've sold a few. I pick up a set. I sell off the top 3 or 4, get my money back. And this one, I did it in 2 coins. And they're all in there. Look how shiny these are. The 1920. See where I am here. Making fantastic profit with those in multiple grades. Yeah, that's what I like. It's getting a good spread. Sometimes you buy stuff and it's all the same grade. Everything's good, or a sack of buffaloes with partial dates. Now, you want to get lined up with good product. An assortment, I find, is the best. A little bit of everything. You can cater to everyone. Buffaloes will always go well. I have nephews, so I can't keep buffaloes around. But I can always find something to do so they can earn a buffalo. Next time they show up, I'll have a few and I'll send them to work cleaning out that barn. Because damn, you thought the desk was unusable? That barn is just a mess. Yeah. But I do wheats, and there is always demand for wheats. If I can get this to slide in, I'll be happy. Yeah. What are we up to? Oh, we're up to the 40s. Yeah, so that's the pennies out of the album before the 40s so far. I've moved most of the good stuff. There's nothing there. Here we go. I sold coins so I could go through huge amounts of coins to build my collection. Yeah, I buy these sets and I go through them looking for die varieties, and usually I find one. It's quite impressive because you got RPMs from 1910, 1911, 1928. Those are really slick. There aren't too many of those, but I find them. I got 1934 double dice, 3 of the darn things. Let me flip Vicky over. Yeah, she's in decent shape. More, but now have 300 pounds of high-grade silver. That's good. What is it, 15, 20 bucks a pound now? 300 bucks a pound, $90,000. Yeah, that's a good little nest egg. I hope silver doubles for you and soon. Yeah, why don't you make a decent living? Just get on top of the game and learn your way around. It doesn't take too long. A year or 2 of dabbling, and you'll have a good idea of how it works. And then you start building those relationships that'll get you, good coins that can be turned over quickly. Places that you can move them rapidly. If I auction off 100 silver war nickels and 100 V nickels, nickels win every time. Oh, the V nickels win. Outstanding. War nickels, I get $1. Move them out the door. Better grades, I get a little more, but it's $1. They're real easy. I don't get too many of them in better grades. I don't pursue nickels so much. The pennies, there is so much to do just in wheats. I don't really need to bother with much else. That's Britannia. Why is she in a wheelchair? Poor thing. Next batch. Put these back in. How long has Britannia been around? She kind of looks like an Athenian goddess with that head covering. Let's go back and look at Britannia. What kind of shape is this in for a farthing? I mean, it looks pretty good to me. Not a whole lot wrong with it. A little more wear on the back. This is the only one I've got. I said, I'm going to get me one of those. You know, I've got a couple of dings, but I think the quality is pretty decent. A little wear on the knee there. Some of the high points. I'm thinking it's XF to AU somewhere else. Probably closer to XF because we got some doo-doo on the rim. But I got no idea, you know, if this is something in demand. I don't follow the British stuff so much, but you know, I'm not going to throw it out or nothing. They're neat. They're cool. There's lots of them. And for that, that's it for that set. Here's one they don't tell you. When you handle these slides, you know, in these albums, see if we get the light on that. When you handle the slides, that's a great time to have your fingerprint gloves on. Because, well, if you get your fingerprint on one side and slide it in, and your coin is up towards the surface, well, then you're going to get the oils from your fingers onto the slide and then transfer it to the coin that way. It's called cross-contamination. But you keep those slides nice and clean, you know, they're going to look better too. Because there's nothing worse than scratched up coins, scratched up plastic. Very cool, Rich. I do the same. I wouldn't be able to afford silver without this hobby. What's kind of a hobby? It's a way of doing things. It's a strategy to get those things that you want. And how far you take it is all up to you. And plenty of people do this full time. I kind of like doing it full time. What I'd like to do is go mobile with it. I've got a sister who lives way up north. Well, you know, I could take some stuff and head north for a while, go visit her for, you know, a few months. I like doing that, visiting people for a few months. Just kind of move in for a season. But you get the shipping addresses right on all the invoices. But even if I didn't buy anything for a while, I could keep myself going, just, you know, well, coin roll hunting first off. But I can maintain selling, go take a summer up north, get away from the heat in Florida. So that's one thing I'm looking at. I think it'd be cool as hell. I mean, I've run away from the job before. Boss, I'm going north. I ain't coming back I'll come back, you know, 2 months later. You done? You ready? All right. They put me in a job for 2 months. Great. Oh, there goes. I hate dropping these things. The floor is so damn dusty. Yeah. I'm trying to find some acetate sheets so I can cut new slides. Everybody's got these albums, and over time they get fingerprints and they get little, you know, slices from the scratches going in and out and sliding. I think if you had slides that would fit these albums, you'd sell it, you know, you'd sell 1,000 of them in a month. I find fingerprint damage in lots of my purchased albums. Yeah, they jam them in with their fingers without gloves on. It's awful. People don't know. You know, you got some guy, maybe he knows, but he employs somebody to fill the albums. And the guy doing the filling doesn't know. Well, that's the way it goes. It just means the ones that you have that are really nice are going to be worth a little more. It's the constant drain on the quality of the coins. None of the coins, you know, wheats, Indians, they're not making anymore, and none of the ones that exist are going to improve, ever. So you have a continuously dwindling population of high-grade coins. Eventually, all coins will be down to nothing, but some of them are going to take a long time before they get there. Every time you handle the coins, it brings it down just a little notch. There's plenty of coins out there. Oh, the half cents. There's coins that don't. There are no red on some of these dates. There are no red browns. Some of them, there are no uncirculated dates, uncirculated specimens. Yeah, I'm going to use up these boxes, all right. I figured I would. I'll get more. You wear a mask also. Okay, I probably wouldn't go that far. But we appreciate that when you steward your coins in that way. I get lazy sometimes and don't take time to bother with gloves. Yeah, you learn the hard way. I'm getting into, in this album, what I'm into, the 80s. And I know I've got some examples in here. Here we go. What's this one? Oh, it's a Zinken. Let me poke that baby out here. One more. All right. 1982, looks like a small date. Zinc. And the front looks, well, mostly okay. Yeah, it's uncirculated, but you got some splotchiness, right? Let's turn it to, let's take a look at the other side here. But around these edges, a lot of that is, the way they were handled once 20 years ago. Come on. The back, that might not be the right coin. Again, we got splotches on the back. Some of these have clear fingerprint marks. I mean, it's just a darn shame. Some of these would be beautiful, but they've been mishandled, and a long time ago. Let me take a look here. Yeah. Okay. I'll probably end up taking some of these and just throwing them in the return can. Yeah, they might have been beautiful when they went in, but they're not that now. I stole enough latex gloves from my doctor to last a lifetime. Turn your head and cough. Latex is the next best thing. A lot of these latex gloves have cornstarch in them, and what that does when if you blow them to open them up, you get that bit of cornstarch out there, and that will help contaminate your corn. If you put them on backwards or inside out, there's cornstarch on the outside of the glove. It makes it tougher to get them on, if they're inside out. But well, it's better to have latex than nothing. But I never liked the feel of latex. They don't let your hands breathe. They're always, tight. I like the cotton gloves. They work great. And, well, I got these gloves. They just don't fit, so I got the fingertips off, and these are born. When doing my high-grade pennies, I wear a mask and gloves and dump the gloves after every 2 rolls. Outstanding. I take these and I throw them in the wash. It seems to work for me. They come up pretty clean. I got great water here. Man, this is the best water in the state, I swear it. Well, that's the way I handle it. I handle the gloves. Mostly it's just it's the gray dinge you get when you handle a bunch of coins. But they're not too bad. I mean, these should be bright white, and they hold up. I'll wear them a few times. When they start getting, dingy and gross, I just throw them in the wash. I just put them in the pocket of my pants and throw them in the wash. And yes, I do have pants. Could not figure out why I was getting carbon spots. Then it hit me. I'm breathing on them. That's why I like to handle wheats, especially circulating grades. Well, one, they're easy to grade, but second, if they get handled with my bare hands, I'm not going to worry about it because they already look like this. But I'm getting into some BU coins on this album, so I'm wearing the gloves. The mask works for you, I'm all for it. Audio is popping in and out. If it starts getting really weird, like the Matrix, where Neo gets sucked into the mirror, let me know because I'm going to end it when it gets that. There seems to be an issue with the audio on this laptop, or maybe somewhere in the wiring down the road. But when the audio goes, it's over. It's been an hour and a half, so we can always watch reruns. Let me take a look at the microphone. Well, it looks normal here. Okay, let me pull this up. I get that put up. Yeah, we get some of these coins that are getting into museum quality, museum grades. And that's the time to really pull out all the stops and protect them. Because once they go brown, they're never coming back to BU. I mean, look at the farthing here. That's pretty dark. It's not a bad looking coin. But the tone on that copper is never, ever going to be back to what this BU 1984D is. That's a good looking coin. So good. So once they go brown, it's over. They never come home. Let's get the next batch here. Only 4 more pages to go. I'm about to fill this box. Poke. I don't know if these are all that great because I'm not giving them a lot of attention. But I'm going to handle them right and put them away and deal with them when I deal with them. So what's this one? We got I'm in the 70s here. Oh, the next page is the 80s. Here's the 70D. I'm pulling out. It's not a bad album, but you've got a clear fingerprint over there on the right side. It's great. It's uncirculated. This will be a red brown in another few years. Back, and it's wonderful. But you've got, here's a carbon spot on O and 1. Hold that steady so you can see it real quick. I'll be able to look at those better now that I have them free. I sound like R2-D2? All right. I'm looking at my kilobytes per second. It says 412. Okay, I'm going to guess that this stream is no longer going to support sound. So I'm going to call it. Somebody else left, so we'll get down to 4 people. Yep, I'm going to get to work. Guys, I'm going to end this because it doesn't make any sense if I'm just rambling. Alrighty, let me type in some stuff. Let me set this aside because I don't know if you can hear me. Alrighty. It appears the sound has gone south. I'll stop the live stream here. Okay, it appears the sound has gone south. I'll stop the stream here. No point to continue with no sound. 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, guys. We'll have the coin class. Be there or be square. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to get a lot of lag on this. Okay, that's part of the situation out here at 5 o'clock in the morning. Good Lord, I should have breakfast. We'll see you later, guys.